Namaskar students, we are studying about carbon and its compounds. In our previous lecture, we have been studied about the classification of hydrocarbon. So generally hydrocarbons mainly classify into two ways. One is aliphatic and second one is aromatic. We are studying in aliphatic category. Again, aliphatic category is divided into two parts. One is open compound and another is known as cyclic compounds. In our last lecture, we discussed about open compounds. In open compounds, again, we classify two ways. One is saturated and another is known as unsaturated. So what is the main difference between saturated and unsaturated compound? Saturated is nothing but mainly in compound all bond are present in single manner. मतलब all bond are single in the compound. So the compound is known as saturated compound. While in the case of unsaturated compound, so again unsaturated compound is classified into two ways. One is alkene and another is alkyne. So what is the difference between alkene and alkyne? In alkene compound, mainly double bond is present, while in the case of alkyne, in this compound, triple bond is present. So the compound is known as generally alkynes, right? So we discuss open compound. So today's lecture, we are going to discuss cyclic compound. How cyclic compound is formed, how we can say and how we can classify. So let us cyclic compound. But the first thing is whatever we are studying, that is category is belongs to aliphatic category, right? So let us see how we can understand cyclic hydrocarbon. Generally, it is also known as alicyclic hydrocarbons and also known as cycloalkanes. What we can say? Cycloalkanes. Okay. Cyclic compound means mainly it is generally aliphatic saturated hydrocarbon. Saturated means the double bond in the compound in which the carbon atom are joined together to form cyclic ring or cyclic hydrocarbon. Now, what is the meaning of this definition? Let us try to understand with the help of one example. Suppose cyclic compound, again we can classify, but here mainly we will see only alkanes compound. So the cyclic compound or cyclic hydrocarbons, right? It is mainly classified into three ways. Cyclic means it form cycle. So how at least we can understand it form cycle? Better first if we understand one example, then we can get some clarity about cyclic. But again cyclic is divided into three parts: cyclic alkanes, it may be cyclic alkene or alkyne, right? Cyclic alkyne. But mainly in this lecture we will discuss cycloalkanes. Alkane is nothing but saturated compound. Saturated is nothing but all bond are present in single bond, right? Now from cycle, at least 3 carbon must be required. So here for cyclic compound, what is the condition is, so the condition to form cyclic compound, that is compound should have at least compound should have at least 3 carbon atoms. Right, compound should possess 3 carbon atom. Now what is the difference between, or mainly how we can differentiate between open compound and cyclic compound? So in open compound you can see, suppose here I write one open compound. So you can see in this compound there is a terminal carbon is present. Terminal means there is a no other group which is attached with this carbon, because in this carbon attached with this group, and if we consider this carbon then attached with this whole the group. But you can see here two terminal carbon or terminal carbon is present. So if in compound terminal carbon is present, then the compound is known as open compound. Right, the compound is known as open compound. But in the case of cyclic compound, there is a no terminal carbon is present. Suppose all carbon is attached with to each other, so the compound is known as cyclic compound. Here this compound I can write in different manner as well, but we will discuss later. But the important thing is, what is the difference between open compound and cyclic compound? So you can see here all the carbon is attached with each other. That means there is a no terminal carbon. Here I can write there is a no terminal carbon. Terminal carbon means at this carbon there is no group attached with this carbon, so that this is known as terminal carbon. So you can see in cyclic compound there is a no terminal carbon is present, so this compound is known as cyclic compound. But it is also nothing but cycloalkanes. It is nothing but cycloalkanes. Cycloalkane is also nothing but there is a no double bond or triple bond, only single bond is present the compound, then the compound is known as cycloalkanes. Alkane is nothing but all bond are in single form, or all the bond are in single. Right, so that is how we can differentiate between open compound and cyclic compound. Now you can see here I write one condition for cyclic compound. To form cyclic compound, at least it should require 3 carbon atoms. So you can see here if we give the number, suppose this carbon is number 1, 2 and 3. Right, so in this in all the carbon you can if we calculate all the carbon which is made from cycle. Okay, so here to form the cycle at least 3 carbon is required. Suppose if I consider CH3, so here no cycle is present, but to form cyclic compound at least 3 carbon must be required. So that is why this is the condition of cyclic compound or to forming cyclic compound. Right, so this is how we can differentiate between open compound and cyclic compound. Right, હવે આપણે આગળ વધીએ. In cyclic compound we discuss generally mainly cycloalkanes. So let us start with cycloalkane compound. Now the important thing is many compound which is represent with many ways, but here suppose if we consider first cycloalkane. Right, in cycloalkane compound, suppose cyclic ring is formed by 3 carbon. Right? So the compound or cyclic compound is nothing but 3-member cyclic ring. That means this ring is a form from 3 carbon. Okay. So it may also form 4 carbon as well. So you can see this cycle is made from 4 carbon. Again, ring also formed from 5 carbon as well. Okay, this ring is formed from 5 carbon. After that, ring also formed from 6 carbon as well. You can see this ring is formed from 6 carbon and so on. It may form 7 carbon as well, 8 carbon as well and 9 carbon as well. But you can see in all these case there is a no double bond. All bond are in single bond. But if we given the common formula of this compound, then how we can give? So the common formula for cycloalkane, that is CnH2n. CnH2n, right? So how we can calculate? You can see if we apply this formula in any of these compounds. Suppose if we take number 3, here n is equal to number of carbon atom. Here the number of n is equal to number of carbon atom. These things also we have been discussed in our previous lecture. Right? Whenever we classify alkane, alkene and alkyne, at that time we discuss for alkane synogen in open compound, the formula, general formula of alkane compound, that is CnH2n plus 2, while in the case of alkene, the formula, general formula of the compound is CnH2n, and for alkyne is CnH2n plus 2. Now for cyclic compound, formula will different, right? So for cycloalkane, the general formula is CnH2n. Here n is indicate the number of carbon atom, total number of carbon atom. Suppose if we take example number 3 and apply this formula, whether it is follow or not, we can see. So the total number of carbon here, that is 5. In this ring, total number of carbon is 5. N2 and n is equal to 5. That means the formula will become C5H10. So you can see in this compound total number of hydrogen is 10. 2 plus 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. So the formula of this compound C5H10, right? So this is how cycloalkane compound is formed. But now another concept we can understand as well. Now what is the difference between cycloalkanes and hydrocarbons or open compound? You can see, suppose if we consider one compound, so the general formula of this compound is CnH2n plus 2. Right? This is must understand carefully. Open compound. Right? Now Here the total number of carbon is 4. Suppose if I want to make 4 member cyclic ring, then I can make like this. Right, C4. And the general formula of this compound is nothing but CnH2n, and this compound is nothing but cyclic compound. So now what is the difference between open compound and cyclic compound? You can see in general formula here 2 hydrogen is more as compared to cyclic compound, but this is the general difference between open compound and cyclic compound based on its general formula. Here 2 carbon is high as compared to cyclic compound. Here the general formula of cyclic compound, that is CnH2n, while in the case of open compound the general formula is CnH2n plus 2. That means whenever in open compound, specifically alkane compound, alkane to cycloalkane, that means whenever cycloalkane compound is formed from its majorly alkane, then in cycloalkane compound 2 hydrogen is less. 2 hydrogen is less. So you can see here the general formula we can apply, and what is the formula, molecular formula of this compound, that is C4H10. You can see 3 plus 2 5 plus 2 7 plus 3 10. While in the case of cyclic compound the general formula, that is the molecular formula is C4H8. So you can see here how many hydrogen is less as compared to its parent alkane, that is 2. So the difference of hydrogen is 2 when cycloalkane is formed from its alkane. So this is how we can differentiate between alkane compound or in open alkane compound or saturated compound in specifically alkanes, and whenever it convert into cycloalkane. Right. So here the difference is 2 hydrogen. That means we can see in one statement alkane is nothing but open alkane, right? Alkane and cyclic or cycloalkane. Here better I can write cycloalkane. Here the difference is 2 hydrogen. Right, here the difference is 2 hydrogen. You can apply this concept in any open and cyclic compound. So whether it is cyclic or open, but it is dependent on number of carbon, right? So based on that we can classify open compound and cyclic compound, right? Now in cyclic compound, suppose if we draw 3 member ring like this, right? If we draw 3 member cyclic compound like this, that this compound C3H6. But this compound also we can write like this as well, and this formula, this type of formula is nothing but bond line formula. This formula is nothing but bond line formula, right? Now how we can convert? Generally, general formula and bond line formula, the main difference is here the carbon and hydrogen we will hide. That means what is the difference? Carbon and hydrogen we cannot represent. Right. Here you can consider all the point consider here, that is carbon. That is in all the point we will consider carbon. Suppose here I consider all the point, that is carbon. Now what we have to do is we have to do to complete the valency of carbon. As we know, the valency of carbon is 4. That means carbon generally form 4 valence, carbon has a 4 valence electron and it will form 4 covalent bond with other atom, right? Here now after writing the carbon skeleton, what we have to do is after drawing carbon skeleton, now we will complete the valency of carbon, and the valency of carbon, that is 4. So here if we consider this carbon, so one valency is attached with this carbon or one bond is attached with this carbon. Still it requires to complete 4 valency 2 bond, then 2 hydrogen is present. Similarly here also we can consider similarly here as well, right? So there is no difference between this is we can call general formula. In general formula, whenever we write, we represent all the atom and all the bond, while in the case of its bond line formula, here we will represent only generally other than carbon atom, sorry, carbon and hydrogen atom. Here in bond line formula, the hiding of carbon and hydrogen is nothing but bond line formula. Just we will represent them with line, right? So this is known as a bond line formula, right? And each point considered as a carbon, and after keeping the carbon, what we have to do is we will complete its valency, then it will convert it into general formula to bond line, and we can also convert bond line into general formula as well. In each point we have to keep here carbon, and after keeping the carbon we will complete its valency by hydrogen, if not other element is present. So this is how we can differentiate between general formula and bond line formula. Whenever we will go in higher standard, at that time you can see compound in two form. One is general formula form and another is known as bond formula. Let us understand with other example, and that is cyclic, right? Now you can see here in cycloalkane compound, generally ring made from 3 carbon as well, and this ring is known as 3-member ring. Here you can see 5 carbon containing ring, it is known as 5-member ring. Here they write cyclopentane, and now you may worry also how we can give the name. We will discuss or learn in our higher standard. Here we will not deal with its name, but at least we can able to classify this compound is belongs to either open compound or cyclic compound. In open compound also we can able to classify as well in saturated as well as unsaturated, right? Here we are discussing about cyclic compound. In cyclic compound mainly cycloalkanes, there is nothing double bond, there is a double in this compound, double bond is absent. So those compound we are studying. Suppose another example, that means this ring is made from 4 carbon, that means C4 carbon containing cyclic ring. So it may 6 carbon, it may form from 7 as well, and so on, right? So this type of compound is nothing but alicyclic hydrocarbon or cycloalkanes. So up to now we discuss aliphatic compound. Up to now we discuss aliphatic compound. Now we are starting another category called aromatic compound. You may also wonder what is the difference between aliphatic compound and aromatic compound. As I already told you, the important thing is we can differentiate based on its practical one test. It is known as flame test. So what is flame test? If we burn the aromatic compound, then it form blackish fumes, right? It form blackish fumes, right? While in the case of blackish fumes. So this is how we can differentiate between aliphatic and aromatic compound. So on one test, other way it is, but there are many way to classify the aromatic compounds and aliphatic compound as well. But here I will give one example. Here we will study one example. That example, at least you should know this compound is only aromatic. Remaining many example we will study in our higher standard, because to understand aromatic compound we at least we should study one theory is known as Haeckel theory, Haeckel aromatic theory. So based on that we can classify whether compound is aromatic or not. So according to here I will tell you, that is your information purpose. This is not this is not in your syllabus, right? So what are the aromatic compound? First of all, it is generally cyclic in nature. Okay, first thing is cyclic, second thing is planar, and most important thing is in aromatic compound 4n plus 2 delocalized pi electron is present. Now what is the meaning of 4n plus 2 delocalized pi electron? That things we will discuss in higher standard. But for simplicity, aromatic compound always cyclic. First thing is, second thing is planar होना चाहिए. Compound should have a plan. Third thing is it always follow 4n plus 2 pi delocalized electron, right? So this compound is nothing is known as aromatic compound. So this compound is known as aromatic compound. Now if we take one example, one aromatic compound, that is benzene. The formula of benzene is C6H6 and the structural formula is like this. So how we can understand? First, C6 means here I told you aromatic means first it should be cyclic. That means C6 carbon containing cycle means here 6 carbon containing ring should be present, right? You can see. Six carbon containing ring should be present. After that, in a ring, 3 multiple bonds are present in alternative manner. Alternate means after one carbon, it is present in double bond, right? Now, remaining valency with satisfy with carbon. So you can see the exact structure of benzene is like this. Okay, and the structure of this type of compound is known as benzene. This structure also we can represent in bond line as well. Suppose what I discussed here, carbon and hydrogen should be or violated. Here 3 multiple bond is present in alternative manner. So this type of compound or formula is known as bond line formula, and this is the compound of bond line formula of benzene compound, right? So this compound is aromatic, right? So here I given one example of aromatic compound. Here we will take another example that is called naphthalene. Also similar way, but here this compound, here I can write in bond line manner, then you will get more clarity about this compound. Here the formula of this compound, that is C10H8. The formula of naphthalene is C10. That means C10 containing C10 carbon containing ring. But the structural formula of this compound like this. Now in naphthalene 5 double bond is present in alternative manner, right, and remaining all are hydrogen. So this is the formula of naphthalene, and naphthalene is also aromatic compound, right. Also I discussed how we can identify. So based on, if we understand the aromaticity, then we can get clarity which compound is aromatic and which are not. Okay, but here you should know at least two example. One is benzene and another one is naphthalene, right. These two example you should know, right. Now however, there are certain other cyclic compound in which the ring has atom other than carbon atoms. Such compound is known as heterocyclic compound, right. Now you can see whatever we learn or whatever we see in all the compound, in this compound only hydrogen and carbon is present. Suppose what will how we can classify, or what if we replace one carbon atom to another atom, that means carbon is replaced by one atom to another atom. So how we can classify? Suppose if carbon atom is replaced by another atom, generally another atom, that is nitrogen, oxygen either or sulfur. If we replace carbon by nitrogen, oxygen and sulfur, then the compound is known as heterocyclic compound. But in this case you must remember carbon atom must be replaced in aromatic compounds, right. Right, here we will discuss only aromatic category, right. Suppose if we take one example, so you can see in this case, here first we should understand what is heterocyclic compound. Here heterocyclic is nothing made up from carbon atom is chiefly by and other heteroatom like oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. Ring made more than one kind of atom are known as heterocyclic compounds. So suppose if we consider heterocyclic compound, then here we'll take one example. I take three member ring, but you can see member ring all are the carbon atom is present. Suppose this carbon, if I replace this carbon by another atom, specifically either nitrogen, oxygen and sulfur, then the compound is known as either sulfur, nitrogen and oxygen, then the compound is known as heterocyclic. But this compound should be aromatic. Suppose if I take aromatic, this is not aromatic, but unfortunately I will take aromatic. But suppose here in this case, here this carbon is replaced by either nitrogen, oxygen or whether it is sulfur, then the compound will become like this. either nitrogen, oxygen or sulfur. So the compound known as heterocyclic compound. Then the compound is known as heterocyclic compound. In heterocyclic compound, other than carbon atom is present. You can see here carbon also present and remaining atom, whether it is sulfur, nitrogen or oxygen also present. Suppose sulfur is present, then we can draw like this. Suppose nitrogen is present, then sulfur is replaced by nitrogen. Suppose oxygen is present, then sulfur is replaced by oxygen. Or we can write like this as well. So you can see these all are heterocyclic compound. Heterocyclic is nothing but other than compound, other than carbon atom also present in the compound. Heterocyclic compound. So this is how we can synthesize from its hydrocarbon to heterocyclic compound. So you can see if 5-member ring, or the ring is made from 5 member and nitrogen is present as a heteroatom, then the compound is known as pyrrole. Here it is not necessary to memorize this is the name. This is not compulsory, this is for understanding purpose. Suppose if oxygen is present in a 5-member ring, here C4, but remaining is oxygen, but we can call 5-member ring, right? Because one atom is here, one atom, that is oxygen, which is replaced by carbon, but ring is made from 5 atom. So the compound is known as 5-member ring. So in 5-member ring, one oxygen is present and the compound is aromatic, then it is known as furan. Suppose here we will take another example, 6-member ring, but in 6-member ring one atom is nitrogen is present and aromatic compound, then the compound is known as pyridine. So this is how we can understand the heterocyclic compound. Now we already discussed two categories from beginning. So hydrocarbon is mainly classified into two ways. One is aliphatic and one is aromatic. Lastly, we discuss aromatic compound. But before ending this lecture, just recall that whatever we learn in classification of hydrocarbon, just we have to recall. So aliphatic hydrocarbon is mainly divided into two parts: acyclic aliphatic or open chain hydrocarbon. Okay, generally aliphatic hydrocarbon is divided into two parts. One is open and another is cyclic generally. So cyclic aliphatic is also nothing but cycloalkanes, right? Now again open compound, again we divided it into two parts. One is saturated acyclic and another is known as unsaturated acyclic. Again saturated, what is the meaning of saturated? We already discussed, only single bond is present in the compound, then the compound is known as saturated, and generally we are called them alkanes, and the general formula of alkane, that is CnH2n plus 2. Now again unsaturated acyclic compound or unsaturated open compound again classify into two ways, that is alkene and alkyne. So what is the difference between alkenes and alkyne? In alkene compound mainly double bond is present, matlab we can say in two atom, in between two atom one double bond is present, while in the case of alkyne one triple bond is present. So this is how we can differentiate between alkene and alkyne, and the general formula of alkene and alkyne we discuss. In alkene compound the general formula is CnH2n, while in the case of alkyne the general formula that is CnH2n minus 2, right. So this is how we can classify the hydrocarbons compound, and finally we discuss aromatic hydrocarbon, but we only here we deals with the few example, that is specifically benzene and naphthalene, and again heterocyclic compound, but more in details we will learn in our higher standard. But at least suppose if I say I give one example, so at least you should able to classify this compound is whether belong to open or cyclic. In cyclic compound whether it saturated or unsaturated, right. So at least you should able to know this compound which is belong to which category, right. So this is how we can classify the organic compound or specifically hydrocarbons. Now in all the case generally we deals only hydrocarbons. What will happen, suppose if I give one example, suppose if I take one example, right. Suppose if I take one example, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. Here this compound is known as alkane, right. This compound is known as alkanes. Suppose here in alkane compound, from any hydrogen which is attached with carbon, suppose if we take this hydrogen as well as we can take this hydrogen, in all this case hydrogen is attached with specifically different type of carbon. Here one hydrogen is replaced by another group, specifically group. Here I am using word specific group. Suppose here I replace terminal hydrogen from OH group. You can see here CH2CH2OH. That means here terminal hydrogen from terminal carbon. Here I can write like this as well. Here this hydrogen is replaced by OH group. You can see here I replace hydrogen by OH group. Right, and this is one of the type of functional group. This known as functional group. Right, then the compound will become specifically organic compound. That means here now up to now we deals only hydrocarbons, but what will happen if compound is formed from hydrocarbon and we will make different we can at least classify into two again more category, or again more category we can classify when the compound is from its parent's hydrocarbon. So in parent hydrocarbon means suppose it may contain alkane, alkene or alkyne, but in this case in this hydrocarbon we replace hydrogen by another group that is known as functional containing compound, functional group containing compound. Now you may wonder to know what is the functional group. What is the functional group? So in organic chemistry there are many functional groups. Suppose here I suppose I take one example, OH nothing but alcohol, and alcohol is nothing but we can call them functional group, and OH we can say them alcohol. So there are many functional uh, organic chemistry. And in specifically in 11th or 12th science standard, right, or 11 or 12 science, generally we deals with the different type of functional group. So what kind of different type of functional group is present in the compound, in specifically organic compound? At least that things we should know, right? So in our next lecture, generally we deals with the functional group, different type of functional group, how many type of functional group present, and this functional group specifically known as specifically type name, or different type of functional group attached with different type of compound, how we can classify, how we can know. So all of this study we will learn in our next lecture. So in this lecture, with this and the classification of hydrocarbon, and in our next lecture we will generally discuss functional group containing organic compound. But at least first we have to understand what different kind of functional group which is present in the compound, right? So in this lecture, with this we close this lecture, and in our next lecture we are going to study different type of functional group. Okay, thank you.